Hi, good morning. It's Ashley here, and I'm speaking to you from my training centre here in Manchester. And it's a beautiful sunny morning for a change. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning about how to deal with price objections. Have you ever had a situation when a client has given you a price objection? Maybe they say something like, that's expensive, or why does it cost that much? Or maybe they say something like, that's a lot more than I expected. And do you ever find yourself stumbling over the words and what to say, and really sometimes on occasions telling the patient or client to go home and think about it? Well, if that's you, then you're going to enjoy this very short video, because what I'm going to talk about a little bit is how to deal with price objections. First of all, why we get price objections, what an objection actually is, and just in this very short video today, talk about some of the pitfalls, some of the mistakes that people make when they get objections and to avoid them. So the first thing is, what is an objection? Well, an objection is a barrier to the sale. Okay, so if you get a price objection, it normally is a barrier to the sale. On a positive slant, it's also down as a request for more information. Now, the main reason why you get price objections is because normally you haven't presented the value of what you do to the patient or the client. So they have a price objection. So in other words, it's down to your communication. You haven't sold or presented or communicated the value to the client, and hence they have this concern about the price. So normally, on most occasions, it's down to you and our communication skills, or something that we have said which causes our clients to give you an objection. And that's the main reason why we get them. So what are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the mistakes that people make when they get price objection? Well, there's a couple. The first one is that they often find themselves getting defensive. And they'll say something like, well, no, it isn't. Or why'd you say that? Or it's a good investment. Or it's a good investment for the long term. So they might say something like this, which is getting defensive. Now, if you get defensive back to your client when they give you a price or any sort of objection, then you're going to get your clients or patients back up. And it's the worst thing you can do. So the worst thing you can do really is get defensive to an objection. The second thing that I often find that most people make mistakes is if they get a price objection, they might turn around and say to a client, well, then if you think it's expensive, you need to go home and think about it. And that's exactly what the patient will do. They'll leave the practice, they'll leave your surgery, and they'll go home and think about it. So again, that's another mistake they make. So what you really need to do is to see things from the client's point of view. Like I said before, the main reason why you've got an objection is maybe we haven't communicated the value, maybe we haven't presented our treatment plan, and hence that's why we've got this price objection. So what we need to do is see things from the other person's point of view. In Dale Carnegie's famous book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which was written back in 1936, one of the human relation principles is to see things from the other person's point of view. And that's what we need to do here. We need to take our shoes off and put their shoes on and see why they have this objection. So just a very quick recap on what I talked about today. An objection is a barrier to the sale. And a more positive slant, it's also a request for more information. The main reason why you get them is because maybe we haven't presented the value or communicated what we do in such a way that you've got a concern from the client. And the worst thing you can do is get defensive, because what will happen is you'll get your clients back up, or tell the patient or client to go home and think about it. What I'm going to do is tomorrow in another short video, what I'll do is I'll share with you an empathy statement, 8 magic words that you can say when you get a price objection that will help relieve this and make sure you don't make those mistakes again. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.